are taking building materials out to Atchison, Alberta. There's a few little hiccups along the way. The load wasn't strapped very well. I didn't pick it up. The place we go to, what we do is we leave a trailer there, they load it, and they put straps on it, like they secure it. But every time you go there, you have to double check the securement. Obviously, you always want to double check the securement. But they did not do a good job at all with what they put on the trailer. There were straps that needed to go in different places. Part of the load was so close to the edge of the trailer that just driving it down the highway would have pushed it into the roll tarp. So everything got fixed up, but it was a couple hours in the yard that I was there before I could even leave. And then after I left, there was an accident just past Sudbury. So Highway 17, the Trans-Canada, was closed going in both directions. So I found a spot that I could stop at. Now, luckily, it did open it did open back up. It was closed most of the day. But it opened back up and I was able to get to Sault Ste. Marie. Basically, when I come out west, if I'm making good time, then my first stop should be Sault Ste. Marie or just a little bit after it. But last night it was late when I rolled into Sault Ste. Marie. So we stopped there for the night. Now my next stop should be Dryden or a little bit past Dryden. We'll see how my time works out for that. I don't know if you guys can see, but it started snowing when I went to bed. We got quite a bit of snow on the ground. Regardless though, I have to get going. It's currently 3 in the morning here in, we're in Chamberlain, Saskatchewan. I couldn't get much further last night even though I wanted to. So unfortunately gotta deal with the snow. Probably slippery road conditions, but we're gonna take our time and be cautious. And I didn't know this was coming out here. I got some layers that I can put on to keep warm, but I'll be honest that I didn't bring my winter coat with me. Wish I had have, but yeah, winter kind of snuck up on us here. These roads are they're pretty icy. Speed limit here is 110 kilometers an hour, which is I think 70 miles approximately. We're doing 60 kilometers right now, or 37 according to my GPS. We're going 37 miles. Just had a guy floor it by me. Like, you can't do it on this road right now, but he is. I'm driving to the conditions. It's October 24th today. Now I know my videos are running a little bit behind. I'm just not home long enough to do the editing. But this is my first bout of winter for this year to drive in. And I would have liked a little bit of a lead up to it, you know, a little skip of snow, just, hey, use some caution. Not like, here's a snowstorm, have some ice. I don't like winter driving. And the thing is, I wanted to wait until the sun came up, but the sun doesn't come up until like 7 o'clock these days. I had to leave at 3 to be able to get this delivered today. And at the rate mentioned Atchison before in some of my videos. It's just a tiny little place where we're delivering to, but I mean, you gotta be in there. They say before 2 o'clock, but really it's like, if you call them at noon and say, hey, I'm gonna be there in 10 minutes, they're gonna be like, well, can you come tomorrow instead? Because they've done that to me before. Well, it stopped snowing at the moment, but this is a 2-lane highway. You can't tell where the lanes are. Once in a while, a little line pops up, but I mean, the left lane, it's just coated in snow, basically non-existent. Still have had some people pass. I think they're crazy. I mean, I'd like to go a little bit faster than what the guy ahead of me is doing, but you know what? It's not safe to pass, so we're gonna stay behind him. And there's 3 trucks behind me, keeping a good distance, and we're all just happy staying where we are for now. It's better to make it there a little bit late, but arrive, than to go too fast and not get where you're going. Building supplies. Gotta open the front of the trailer. This knob right here. This crate here, it's got 3 straps on it, but at the back here it shifted over. Hi guys, it's currently -16 here with the wind chill, and so it's mighty cold. That's in Celsius. I'm not sure what Fahrenheit is. If I remember, I'll put it on the screen. I have a bunch of layers on to stay warm, but we just loaded this stuff. It is lumber here, so it's different pieces of lumber. They're this long here, and there's a bunch of them all the way back. I don't know if I can get high enough to show you. So this is going down into the States, down into Minnesota somewhere. Not too sure where though. And not sure when I'm gonna get this there. Probably be a couple of days. So I can tell you, if I come out here again, I'm gonna remember to bring my winter coat. That's the problem. I forgot to bring my winter coat, so I have a whole bunch of layers just trying to stay warm. And I actually had to go out and buy some gloves because my hands were cold. So I went out and got these. Dakota. So they're supposed to have like Thinsulate in them, so they're supposed to be warm. They're very grippy. I don't mind them. I would have liked a small. The smallest they have was a medium now, so grab those because my hand's pretty cold. So I'm gonna get this strapped down and put this thing on a scale because I don't know. I think I might be heavy on one of the axles. So we're gonna find that out in a little bit. Alright, so to get the straps over, since I'm a little short, I use my ball and string. I think I've shown you guys in another video, but I have a loop on one end. This loop goes over the hook, and then I throw the ball over the load, and I go to the other side and I just kind of reel in the rope. And then as I'm reeling in the rope, this from the other side brings the hook up and over. That way I don't have to climb on top of the load unless I really have to. Because I mean, you don't want to be this high up in the air just because. It's pretty high, especially if you slip. Don't want to do that. So here's the hook. J-clip there. But I put the rope around the hook, throw it over, and then I reel it down here, take the rope off here, and then put the hook on the J-clip. Yeah, this load's pretty tall. Okay, so we're gonna get on their scale, and then I'm gonna have to do some math to see which each axle weighs. Keep going, Bambi. The roads are just ice. I'm behind a plow. I'm kind of glad because we're going 50 kilometers. I don't think I'd want to do a lot more than that on these roads. Got a line of people behind me, but they'll be mad at the plow and not me. Roads are horrible. It's snowing. Once in a while you catch a glimpse of the lines. Lets you know I'm still on your side of the road or not. Basically everyone's just leaving enough space for people to get by. We're like the lines. The road's not even plowed properly. It's 3 lanes here, but we're using it as 2 lanes because you can't tell where the lanes are. Check out this muck hole that we're delivering to. Be lucky if I don't get stuck. So we just delivered the load of lumber in, I don't even know how to pronounce this place. It's in Minnesota. It's either Frazy or Crazy. Not really sure. This is the road we're coming out of. Goes back onto the highway.
Continue on US 10.
You're in a rural place when tractors go down Main Street.
Then turn right.
Right now we're just heading through Minneapolis, Minnesota. Trying to get to a place to stop for the night. My time's just about out. Last couple rest areas that I went by were full, so gotta go to the next one and see. Goes in there. Alright, so we just unloaded our strand board. All empty, as you can see, all empty. We had 8 pieces on here, and they took up the entire length of the trailer except for a couple feet at the very back. So we're all unloaded. Now I gotta find out what my reload is. Well, somehow I managed to find the tunnels in Montreal. And there's a lot of construction here, and I have no idea where I'm going. I would definitely say that I'm a little bit lost. Trying to follow some of the other trucks that are down here, but a bunch of cars pushed ahead of me when the lanes turned down to 1 lane. So this is the tunnel over by Montreal. I think it's La Fontaine, I believe is the name of this tunnel. So this load's a little different from what I normally take. It's farming equipment, stuff for farming. So we got lots of stuff on here. I'll go to the back to show you one of those. But yeah, it's all different farming things. Now, I don't know farming, so I don't know what this machine is. It's interesting though. And there's 4 of these on here. Alright, so we're all empty now. I'm gonna head back to the yard after my paperwork gets finished.